Today, I'm going to do the ultimate 100 question AFL quiz of 2022 to test my knowledge on the season gone by. Well, here we go, 100 questions. I'm not entirely sure what this quiz entails. We've got 20 minutes to do it. Let's get into this play quiz. Who won the GWS Best and Fairest in 2022? I am going to go Sam Taylor. Did he make the All-Australian? I'm not sure he did. I think he may have. Himmelberg's up there. He had a really good year. I'm actually going to go with Sam Taylor. Got it right. Who took Mark of the Year in 2022? That was Mitch Georgiades. Which club did Luke Pedlow? That was Adelaide. Which club did Mitch Nevitt? I believe that was Geelong. I could be wrong though. Geelong. Yes. Who was Sydney's leading goal kicker in 2022? It was Buddy, wasn't it? I think it was. I'm not sure what a pass mark is. I'm going to go for 70 out of 100. I'm not sure how hard these are going to get though. Who was St Kilda's leading goal kicker in 2022? Was it Max King? I think it was Max King. It was. Who was Brisbane's leading goal kicker? I'm going to say Joe Dagher. No, was it Charlie Cameron? I don't know who it was. Which player had the most disposals in 2022? I reckon it was Lachie Neale. Playing all of this shit. Who was on top of the ladder after round 1? Melbourne won round 1. Hawthorn, did they win round 1? I can't even remember. I literally can't remember. Brisbane, what did they do round 1? Oh, I think they beat Port Adelaide. Geelong, they didn't beat Port Adelaide by a lot though. Geelong, what did they do? I cannot even remember. I'm going to go with Melbourne. It was Geelong. Shit, can't even remember what they did. Who won the Western Bulldogs Best and Fairest in 2022? I'm going to go Josh Dunkley. Yep. Who was Richmond's leading goal kicker? That was Tom Lynch. Who won Freman's Best and Fairest? That was Andrew Brayshaw. Which team with 25, 15, 165 had the high score of the year? That was Richmond against West Coast, I think. Who was Collingwood's leading goal kicker in 2022? That's tough. I don't think it was Mychek. I reckon it could have been Elliott, but he missed a bit of the season. So maybe Ginnivan. I'm going to go Ginnivan even though I'm not confident. It was Mychek. Shit. Which current player has played the most games and never received the Brownlow vote? I feel like I read something that was Darcy Gardner. I feel like it was. It's Luke Brown. Who won the 2022 Waffle Grand Final? I think it was West Perth. I was actually away for this. I was in America. Who was Freman's leading goal kicker? That was Rory Lobb. Carlton, who was Carlton's coach when Michael Voss did not coach due to COVID. Jamie Graham was Freo's. I think it was Brendan Lade. Actually, that was literally a guess. Who was GWS's leading goal kicker? Jesse Hogan, I want to say. Toby Green missed some games. Himmelberg played centre half back for a lot of the year. I don't think it was Riccardi because he's going to play some games. Hogan. It was Toby Green. Okay, so he had a suspension and still won it. Who won Carlton's Best and Fairest 2022? I'd be shocked if it wasn't Cripps, considering he won the Brownlow. It is. Which team won the VFL Premiership? Was it Southport or Casey? It's one of those two. Southport or Casey. I reckon it was Southport. It's fucking Casey. What club did Tom Highmore? That was St Kilda. Who kicked goal of the year? Who'd they give it to? Did they give it to Shai Bolton? I think they gave it to Bolton. Or did they give it to Josh Dacos? These are all contenders, I guess. It was Sarong in 2021. We can rule him out. I don't think it was Draper. I can't even remember. I should know. I think I'm going to go Bolton. It was fucking Draper. That was an overrated goal, by the way. Good goal, but should have been goal of the year. I don't think... Was Matthew Knights for West Coast? I couldn't tell you. Blake Cacarella, Scott Burns. Okay. What was the margin of the 2022 Grand Final? 81 points. Which club did Callan Dawson? Adelaide. Fuck. I thought it was Adelaide. I was really confident. Which club who won the 2022 Adelaide Best and Fairest? Had to have been Rory Laird. Which of these premiership players' father did not play an AFL game? I'm going to go with... Which of these premiership players' father did not play an AFL game? I'm going to go Hawkins, Atkins, Guthrie, De Koning with... I think it was Sam De Koning. I think it was. I do think it... Tom Atkins. Who won St Kilda's Best and Fairest in 2022? It won't be... I think it would be Sinclair. Who came second in 2022 Rising Star Award? Had to have been De Koning. Fucking Newcomb. Bloody hell. Who won Brisbane's Best and Fairest? Lachie Neale. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Which club did Neil Erasmus? Freo. Which club did Ryan Anglin play for in 2022? I think it was GWS. Who was Geelong's sub in the grand final? That was... No, Parfitt came into the 22. I think it was Menegola. No, it was O'Connor. O'Connor came into the 22 and was Parfitt. It was fucking one of them two. Which one of Will Hayes? That was Carlton. Who won Hawthorn's best and fairest? That was John Newcomb. Sicily. Fuck. Why don't I know that? James Chegas played for Gold Coast. I know these sorts of small little players. Which player kicked the most behinds in 2021? I'm gonna go Max King. Okay. Who in the Anzac Day? Neil Gingerman. Who was the All-Australian captain? Tom Hawkins. Which two clubs playing a draw? Richmond and Fremantle. Who won the grand final? Sprint? Hugo Ralph Smith. Who won Gold Coast best and fairest? It was Took Miller. Who was the youngest player playing in 2022? Was it Judson Clark for Richmond? I think it was. It was Darcy Wilmot. Who was the number 1 pick in the 2022 mid-season draft? Massimo went to Essendon. I think it was Josh Carmichael. No, Jai Cully to West Coast, yeah. Who had not umpired the 2022 grand final? Couldn't tell you. I'll go Matt Stevick. Brett Roseberry. Which club did Alistair Lord play for? Essendon, I believe. Who won the UCATT medal in the Dreamtime match? I can't even remember this. Liam Baker? I'm gonna guess it was Preston, the human meatball. Who kicked the first goal in the AFL Grand Final? That was it? I think it was Tom Hawkins, yeah. We're 50 questions down, halfway through, and we have got 30 out of 50. So we're on track for 60. Which Sydney player was the sub in the Grand Final? Well, Reed got subbed out. I'm trying to think who came on. I think it was Stevens. Campbell. Which current players played the most games without kicking a goal? I think Barras kicked a goal. Maybe he hasn't. Sam Collins? Tom Cleary. That sounds familiar in this stat. Maybe he... Yes, okay, Cleary. Which team with 4 goals, 6, 30 had the lowest score for the year? I'm pretty sure that is false because I remember North Melbourne scoring 28 against Fremantle. So I think this is false. So I'm going to go North Melbourne. Well, that's false. North Melbourne literally scored lower. Jack Williams, West Coast, I believe. Daniel Turner, Melbourne. Carter Michael, Brisbane. Oh, wow, that's a guess. Who was North Australian goal kicker in 2022? Cam Zurha. I think. Larky. Fuck, should have known that. Who was Geelong's best and fairest? It was Join. I think it was definitely Jeremy Cameron, and that's why all the options have it. I don't think it was Blitzarves. Guthrie, maybe. I think it was Stewart. Guthrie. I think that is played 50-50s wrong. Which club did Luke Cleary play for? Western Bulldogs. He made a brief appearance in my fantasy team. Who won West Coast leading goal kicker in 2022? Josh Kennedy. Right? Yeah. Who was Geelong's leading goal kicker? That was Jeremy Cameron. It was Hawkins? Cameron was literally the best player in the comp this year. Who was the number 2 draft pick behind Jason Horne-Francis? It was Dacos, right? Or was it Sam Darcy? I'm gonna go Sam Darcy. Yeah, okay, thank God. Who played the 250th game in the grand final? That was Zach Toohey. Who in the AFLPA? That was Brayshaw. Who won the Robert Rose Award for most courageous player? That was Liam Baker. Western Bulldogs leading goal kicker in 2022 was Aaron Norton. Sydney's best and fairest went to Luke Parker. Callum Mills. Judson Clark played for Richmond. Melbourne's leading goal kicker in 2022 was Bailey Fritsch, I reckon. Yeah. The last team to win a game in 2022, I reckon... What was the last game of the season? It wasn't Carlton Collingwood, was it? No, St Kilda Sydney. Oh, wait. Well, it wouldn't be the grand final. Wait. The last... Well, Sydney. It was literally... I don't even know really what this question means. Oh, last team to win their first game. Now I get what they're saying. It wasn't West Coast because they won it within round 5. Port Adelaide started 0-5. North Melbourne won early on too. I'm going to go Port Adelaide. Okay, now I know what the question actually means. Clarify, please. Who was runner-up to Patrick Cripps in the 2022 Brownlow? That was... I think it was think it was Lockie Neal. Yeah. Isaac Chugg played for Collingwood. Which player had the most kicks in 2022? I recall Sinclair and Doherty having a lot. I'm going to go Sinclair. It was Jaden Short for Richmond. Who was the first team to beat Melbourne in 2022? That was the mighty fucking Freo Dockers. Who coached North Melbourne when David Noble was sacked mid-year? Not Jamie Graham, not Adam Uze, not... Oh, it was Lee Adams, sorry. It definitely was Lee Adams, I remember that. Who was Gold Coast leading goal kicker in 2022? It was Mubby Orchol. Who polled most Brownlow or Bournlow votes for Port Adelaide in 2022? I don't think it was Warren. I actually think it was Carl Amon. If it's Warren's, I'll look like a dumbass. It was Amon. 2022 Stanford Grand Final. I watched this game live and Norwood narrowly beat North Adelaide. Who kicked the ball to Lance Franklin? It was Chad Warner. Who kicks goal for Gold Coast after time? Richmond, Noah Anderson. What? Okay, 20 questions remain. We need to get the last 17 right to get our target of 70. Hawthorn Lane goal kicker. Dylan Moore. I'm going to go Gunston. It was Bruce. Who won the AFLW Premiership? I was at this game. I was literally at this grand final. It was at the Adelaide Oval and it was Adelaide. Which club did Ned Long play for? Ned Long. Don't think it was St Kilda. Don't think it was Eston Hawthorn. Okay. Who won the Melbourne Best and Fairest? Clayton Oliver. Who was the player to miss Geelong Premiership due to injury suffering in prelim final? Max Holmes. Who won North Melbourne Best and Fairest in 2022? Luke Davies UCATT. He should have won it. We needed 13 out of the last 14. Who laid the most tackles? Sam Berry. Who's the oldest player? David Mundy. Who was rung up to Isaac Smith? Joel Selwood. I need the last 11. 11 out of 11 to get 70. Who won the Essendon Best and Fairest? Sugarman, Mason, Redmond. It was Zach... Peter Wright. How else got Redmond or Merritt? What is the Essendon Football Club doing? West Coast Best and Fairest, Tom Barras. Essendon's leading goal kicker in 2022. Peter Wright. Yes. Which player was 188 currently holds the record for most consecutive games? Jack McRae, I think. It was Jack Crisp. Who was Carlton's leading goalkeeper for 2022? Harry Mackay. Charlie Kerner. He won the fucking Coleman. I didn't even see him there. I'm having a brain fade now. Who won Collingwood's Best and Fairest in 2022? Jack Crisp. Which club did Josh Sim play for? Port Adelaide. Which club did Matt Roberts? Sydney. Who was the leading goal kicker at Adelaide? Darcy Fogarty. Taylor Walker. Which player took the most marks in 2022? Luke Ryan. I was being biased. Who was Port Adelaide's leading goal kicker in 2022? Last question. It was Todd Marshall. I got 65. Average is 78. 65 out of 100. I think it's an okay result. Give me some ideas for this off-season down in the comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep the growth going over this off-season before a massive 2023 AFL season. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Cheers.